Welcome to the New England and New York Real Estate Journal podcast. I'm Rick Kaplan, your host, and we got a great guest today, Jen Smith. If you're in the industry, the commercial real estate industry, as an architect, construction, just in the commercial real estate industry, you'll know Jen because she sends out a weekly newsletter with all the events that are going on and any kind of openings for different types of job opportunities. Correct, Jen? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
So, Jen, tell me a little bit about your journey and how you got to where you are today.
Yeah. Well, I don't, for the sake of time, I'll start with the most recent history. So a lot of people in our industry know me from my United Way days when I was fundraising and hosting volunteer opportunities in the commercial real estate and design industry, construction and design industries. So I started there building relationships, doing good work in the community, and I realized, oh, I want to go work in this industry. These people are very generous and fun and really extremely smart. So I worked my network and I got into the construction industry and I started working for a top general contractor in the area and got my feet wet. And I didn't know anything about construction, but I had a good network base and I knew how to build a network and I'm a sharp, quick learner. And so through that, I built my knowledge base and excuse me, of course, came a COVID layoff, which happened. And honestly, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me once the dust all settled. And I ended up here at the Outwork Collaborative. And it's been a really incredible experience.
So tell me a little bit about At Work Collaborative. What type of a company is At Work Collaborative?
Yeah, we are not a co-working space like a lot of
Okay.
people think. Our
I would
space looks
imagine
like
that's
it.
what people would think.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can appreciate that because when you walk into our space, it looks like that because it's all different vignettes of our products. So At Work Collaborative is a collection of companies of different brands within our portfolio that provide different commercial furnishing solutions, construction product solutions, and architectural products. So Environments at Work is our main company, that the first one that started in the Outwork Collaborative about 20 years ago. And we are a best in class Hayworth dealer. So office furnishings, labs, healthcare, pretty much every sector. We're seeing a lot of hospitality that's popping up right now, a lot of amenity spaces, landlord work, corporate office, of course. So that is the Environments at Work side of the business. Integrated at Work came along about 18 years ago, and they are the glass and glazing arm of our company. So interior glass and glazing, architectural product solutions. So think demountable wall systems. And then we do also the exterior portion of the building as well with glass panel systems, rain guards, things like that, any specialty contractor items. And then the demountable wall systems, they run that through there as well. So
So obviously you're an important part of the whole industry because without the different types of walls and fixtures in the office or even in the new construction, I mean, you have to have all of these things, which your company supplies.
yeah, we do. And I would be remiss. I also want to mention People, Places, and Spaces is also part of our family of brands. And that is a certified minority business enterprise out of our Hartford, Connecticut office. So we're in Providence. Boston is the main office. And then we're in Providence and Hartford as well. And yeah, basically the way the company continued to grow was through relationships and making it easier for our customers and making it more streamlined, more efficient so that we can eliminate the number of trays that have to be on site because we provide all of that. So um, our customers would come to us and say, well, you've done a great job with this. Now can you handle this piece? Can you do the glass? Can you go to the outside of the building? And we just continued to grow through servicing our clients. So, yeah,
So you work closely with architects mainly?
yeah. It's architects, owners, project managers, the developers directly themselves, the tenant end users, the construction companies, pretty much everyone in the project life cycle. Yeah.
Okay, so it gives you opportunities a little all over the place,
Yeah. Yeah. And so because of that, right, like there's a ton of opportunity for folks to bring us business or give us project information. So I really wanted to focus on how can we provide value? How can I, as an individual, provide value to the industry that we receive so much from? And so that's where the calendar came from, right? I wanted to compile this list of events that it takes me a good couple hours every time I sit down and work on it. Comes out every other Monday, and it's a way to connect people to get to the events, right? To understand who's looking for a job and who's looking to hire. Just connecting the dots, connecting the resources. Um, and so it's been a fun
Yeah, I
piece of
mean
the job.
that has to be you're not getting paid by anyone to do that. So, I mean it is time consuming for someone to take
Yeah.
that time out of your day to do that. And I appreciate you doing it, and I'm sure
Well,
a lot
thank
of
you.
others in the industry do.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, so many people have come to me and said, you need to monetize this. Charge the people who are listing their jobs per distribution. I mean, there's over 1,000 people on the distribution list now. I can make a ton of money off of it that way, but that's not
Yeah,
why I
but
started it
you're
and
probably
not why.
you're getting notoriety out of it as well. So,
Yeah, it's become my thing. It's how we met. It's how we know each other,
right,
right? It's so
exactly.
it's so much more. It's worth so much more than money can be put to it. So.
Yeah, so do you consider the company more of like an interior designing company?
Good question. We're design forward, but we are not a interior design company. We work hand in hand with the interior designers. We supplement what they're doing to take the FF&E portion off of their plate, and even the architectural products and some of the specification on custom glass and different fixtures. So yeah, we're an extension of the design team.
Now, what's your coverage area? How far out would you go to,
Yeah.
take care of some kind of a design or
Yeah.
interior?
So we, as I said, we're based in Mass, Connecticut, Rhode Island. However, when our clients who are based here go elsewhere, we follow them. So we're able to service our clients all over the country. We have a great partnership with all the other dealer installers for Hayworth and the other brands that we represent all over the country. So that's where relationships are key. And locally, yeah, we'll go as far as we need to. We do a lot of work in Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, a little bit in New Hampshire, um, very little in Vermont. On the construction side, we have a broader reach in New England. But on the Hayworth furnishing side, we play well because Hayworth does a great job of protecting the dealers in their own markets. So again, that's where our relationships with the other Hayworth dealers comes into play. We all
So
want to
you
play
get
nice.
a call from someone in California and they want
Hmm.
to do a new layout in their office or their
Yeah.
warehouse or whatever kind of business they're running.
Yeah.
You would accept that kind of a client.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it completely depends on the whole situation of the project. I hate that answer, right? That's such a vague, I don't know, it depends, but it really does depend. It depends on who the client is, what the existing relationship is with their furniture vendor and all of that stuff. But yeah, we'll always take the call for sure.
Also, if it's in the middle of the winter and you have to travel to California, it might be
Not a bad gig.
yeah, it might not be.
Yeah,
It
not a
might
bad
be a good time to
opportunity.
do that.
Yeah,
Might be a good client to have.
exactly.
So, what are the some of the new, because I've been seeing this right now, there's new layouts of all these different offices because of uh, they work at home and now the
Yeah.
hybrid mixture. And they're talking about how they have to lay out these office space a lot different than they did years ago. I also
Yeah.
heard from one company that is in a big office building, and a lot of the people in that building, they have a thing called sip and skip or something like that nature, where their employees only come in maybe twice a week and meet with the
Okay.
manager for coffee, and then they leave. Did
Hmm.
you ever hear of that?
No, I've not heard that concept.
Yeah.
Not coined that way, but I like
Well,
it.
maybe they talk about it. Maybe
Sip
it's a
and
different
skip.
name. They called it
Huh.
sip and skip. So,
I like it.
yeah.
Yeah, we are seeing a lot of different things happening and a lot of people responding to the new way people are working. And so even within our own space, um, just seeing more collaboration spaces in the office and less heads down individual workspaces, depending on the type of company. I mean, we're definitely still seeing law firms are having their individual desks and private offices still, but they're actually focusing a lot more on those social spaces and ways for the younger generations coming into the workplace to gather at work. So within our own office, we made an intentional decision to not have as many individual seats as people that we have. So when everyone comes in together for our all staff meetings or big events, we get creative and that's what we have the space to do. So we have a ton of collaboration spaces, open workstations, some private office. So yeah, we're seeing that with our clients too, where they're intentionally having people come in to collaborate. And if you're going to be heads down on the phone or on Zoom all day, take it from home if you're comfortable, right? Eliminate that commute. That's the thing that's killing people in the Boston area, at least. So
You would think, everyone's staying at home, there wouldn't be any traffic on the roads, but
yeah, well,
it's 10 times worse than it was.
people are very much still coming into work. Well, yeah, because no one wants to take public transit, right? They got used to working at home or getting that commute when okay, we'll pay for your parking for you to come back in. No one wants to go back to public transit after that.
Now, one of the other things that has happened, and I think this has happened right after COVID, is the um, amenities that we had
Mm.
to add to some of the office space, as well as some of the living space out there.
Hmm.
There's a lot of people that are adding amenities to attract different employees or
Yeah.
attract different tenants to the properties. I mean, there's a lot of that. And you mentioned hotels as well. They have to have these amenities, or they're not going to attract that guest to come to their hotel. You seeing a
Yeah.
lot of that?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. The landlords and building owners are getting very creative and competitive with how to get people to stay and to come in new to the buildings.
So now, would you go and let's say they want to put some kind of a gaming room, or I don't know what kind of amenities they are
Yeah.
adding, but would you handle something on that of that nature?
Absolutely. We do cafe spaces, we do golf simulator rooms, we do bars, we do speakeasies. Yeah, we do all of that. We do lounges, private conference rooms in the buildings, so tenants can rent a conferencing space outside of their office if they don't have the room or if they need more room. So yeah, we see all kinds of spots.
Now that this is a new thing, and that's the lounges and
Mm,
the little uh, breweries that they put in their
yeah.
building. Now, I don't know when I was in that, in, going into offices, during my career, it was always frowned upon drinking at work. Now I see people putting in a whole bar so you can drink while you're at work or while you're working.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting concept.
So you don't drink coffee because I find a lot of younger people now are not drinking coffee. And if they're drinking coffee, they want the ones that have They want it to be raspberry flavored with whipped cream on it. That's like it's like a dessert, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm an old man, so I mean, I drink black coffee. I don't have anything in it, you know, and I just want coffee. I don't want flavor, you know. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to drink coffee and yeah, I realized I feel like I'm tweaked out if I'm if I'm drinking caffeine. I'm so far behind the times. I just started watching Ted Lasso.
Well,
I'm on season 2 and Denny Rojas is like, my mom says I was born on caffeine, and I don't need any of that. And I feel that. I feel I
well,
feel Denny
you're
Rojas on
very
that.
current compared to me. I mean, if I told you what I watch every night, you wouldn't
What do
even know
you
what it is.
what try me? What are you watching?
Hogan's Heroes.
I know what Hogan's
Oh,
Heroes
you
is.
do?
I never watched it, but I know what it is. I have heard of it.
I've been watching the reruns for 10 years now, you know, and I watched the original when it came out. But
Sure.
but I watched the reruns and I love the show. And every time a new one, well, the new one, there's no new ones coming on. I
Sure,
think
sure.
everyone in that show is dead. But it's just I find that I'm watching them over and over and over, and I think that it's like new to me again, you know?
Yeah.
So I
There's a
enjoy it.
nostalgia to it. I mean,
Everyone
there's
makes
something,
fun of me, but I enjoy it.
well, good. Stay true to what makes you feel good
That's
because
right. And you know, I
that's
don't really care when people make fun of me, you know. It's part of my
that's
nature, I guess.
I was gonna say that's what makes you special, Rick, because you are
That's
like
right.
a
I've been called
I do my
special many
thing.
times. My, yeah, you know, and I have a son that's 31 years old,
Okay.
and you know, he just thinks I'm so behind. He can't understand why I'm so behind the times, you know, because
Yep.
he's also
Well,
in the same industry.
yeah, that's right.
And so he said, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? I said, well, that I don't know. I didn't develop, you know,
You
those
do it.
skills.
It's your turn
I
now.
wasn't around when that started up, you know.
Right?
I don't,
Right?
uh,
Tell him it's his turn to take the reins and he can do it. And then when he
yeah.
gets to
Oh,
your age, he'll understand.
he's
Oh, my
doing
dad
it.
was
He's
right.
doing it. But I don't know. So, John, you know, I don't know where you find all this time, but you're a big sister.
I am a big sister, yes, through Big Sister Boston, which sadly closed its doors. And so now the program is part of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Eastern Mass. And my little Brianna is 22. And this August, we will have been matched for 10 years, which I
Wow.
can officially say is the longest relationship I've ever been in.
Well, you know, it's a good cause, and you know, I'm sure she has to be ecstatic about having you in her life.
Thank you.
You know, I
That's very
mean,
kind.
you know, I can't imagine. I mean, I have three sisters, and you know, they're all very close, and we're all close. You know, and so I, get- any kind of child growing up that doesn't have
Hmm.
a sibling or a lot of close friends that they can think of as like a sister
Yeah.
or a brother, I mean, they're missing out. I mean,
Yeah,
so,
she actually has three siblings,
no.
and a bunch of half siblings. And so she joined the program when she was in elementary school to just get out of the house and get new experiences. And so when she was little, I took her pumpkin picking for the first time, and a lot of times we would just hang out at my house and watch TV, and I would teach her how to cook, and I'd like, do you want to do something else next time? And she'd say, Jen, I don't ever get TV time by myself. So no, I'm good right here. And I was like, wow, I didn't even think of that because I only had one sibling growing up. So it was quiet in my house. Um and so she loved to have the peace and quiet and just, you know,
Right.
come over
See, and it
and
works both
do
ways.
some new
It
stuff.
works for
Oh,
you or it works for her, you know.
it
So,
was, yeah. I mean, the way she looks at things and looked at things even since she was in her early teens, she would just look at me as I was explaining a problem to her about something at work or with a guy I went on a date with or something. And she would be like, that's dumb. Like, why are you
Yeah.
worried about that? And I'm like,
But it's
yeah,
also,
you're right.
it's really not it's not, not it's not a selfish act that you're doing that. You're doing it. You care about other people. That's important.
Thank you. Yeah, serving others is a big piece of my being. That's a big core value for
But
me.
you also are involved in other things, like
Yeah.
the ski club.
Yeah, the Bush League Ski Club, for those who have not experienced it, it's a solid group of people and an awesome time. We get together once in January, February, and March to just have a day on the mountain, skiing, hanging out, networking. There's no other agenda. And we called it Bush League because it's, get yourself there, get your own lift ticket. We kind of find each other like the 1990s sometimes, right? You don't know how to get a hold of people or who's
Right.
there. You just kind of show up and oh, there you are.
That sounds pretty neat. I mean,
It's fun.
I growing up, always a member of a ski club. We used to go every week, go different
Yeah.
mountains and go skiing, and I thought it was fantastic. We used to meet all different people. Uh, it was you you had to like the cold, you had to like to ski, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
had to like to drink a lot and party. So we had a great time. But as I got
Yeah.
older, I could not even think about going skiing.
Well, I was going to invite you to come up because we have a ton of lodge dwellers, we call them, that come and hang out. And some of them work from the lodge and then network when people come
Well, that'll
in.
do.
Um,
As long as
and
it's
we have
nice and warm in there.
Yeah, for sure. We go to some great mountains and we have plenty for the non-drinkers to do. And I think you should do a live podcast at the ski lodge sometime. So I'll
Okay,
invite you to come do that.
I could do that. Years ago
Yeah.
when we did the radio show, because
Yep.
I had a weekly radio show that we did it from different projects. Uh, we
Oh
did
yeah.
we did one show. It was on the fifth floor. No, was it the fifth floor? No, it might have been on like the 12th floor of the where the Herald used to be off the expressway in Boston, that apartment. I can't think of the name of the apartment building now, but it
Is it
wasn't
Inkblot?
enclosed. There's oh, I
I'm
wish
not from Boston, so I don't know the
I wish I could think of the name, but it's right off, right alongside the expressway, right on Albany Street.
yeah, the
And
ink block, right? Is it ink
yeah,
block?
right in the ink
Yeah.
block. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the walls weren't up, the outside walls weren't up, just the steel beams.
Oh, cool.
And we did the show on the floor. I think it was the 12th floor. So I'm not a big fan of heights.
Yeah, that's a little
I did not
terrifying.
want to stand next to the edge of that building, but I got a little closer than I liked, but it was great to, you could see Boston Harbor from up there. It was really nice. And we did the show from there. So that
That's
was a little,
cool.
that was interesting, but
All right, so let's do a live. You could be like the live broadcast, like when they do the X Games, the Winter Games and stuff. You could
yeah.
just come broadcast from the
Sure.
Bush League
We
Ski
we can
Club.
we can do something like that. That takes a little more arranging, but yeah, we can do that. Yeah,
I can
you let
help
me
you out
know.
with that.
We can do that. So now everyone listening, look forward to that.
Yeah,
You heard it here. Jen's going to have me there. So I mean, I was looking at the list of things that you're involved in. There's so many things. United Way, there's so many things. How do you find all this time?
that's a really good question. People ask me that all the time, and when I talk about the things that are going on, when I'm getting caught up with friends and stuff, and they're like, "So you have nothing going on?" I'm like, "Well, I guess I do when you say it out loud." Um, yeah, I don't know how I make the time. I guess we make time for what we prioritize, right? And so these are the things that are important to me. I'm very fortunate that I work with a company that sees the value in a lot of those things. So the United Way stuff I can do during the daytime because it's a component of giving back on behalf of our organization and it's industry networking and things like that. So the company sees the value in that, which I so appreciate because we're also giving back and that's a big core value of mine. So um yeah, I get creative. I find ways. If I'm trying to catch up and connect with a friend, hey, let's do it over a walk or a workout so we can get some activity in. And I live and die by my calendar. And even my friends in my personal life, I send calendar invites to connect and they're like, "Really, are we there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sadly we are."
Well, the only one that's really losing out is Ted Lasso. Lasso, you know, you don't have time for him, you know?
It took me 5 years to make time for him and man, am I late to the party, but yeah,
Well, you're doing a lot of good things. And you know
thanks.
what? At the end of the day, if you enjoy all the things you're doing, that's
Yeah.
that's all what it's all about, really. And you know, you're well known now in a lot of the aspects of this industry because, you know, we have so many branches of it, you know, the construction, we
Mm,
have architecture, you know, engineering, all the different pieces of the industry, and you're well known in it now.
thanks.
From over the years, networking, that that calendar that you put together, it comes out every Monday. I think it's Monday, yeah, every Monday.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, anyone that doesn't have that coming to them in their email on Mondays is crazy because it is full of information. You know, even if you have a job, you know, and there's one that pops up that you put out there, hey, there's an
Hey,
opportunity that just showed up.
you never know. Yeah, I would I would love for people to get on the distribution list for that. I'm assuming people who aren't on it just don't know about it. So we got to get the word out there,
Right.
Rich.
So how do they get, you know, on the
Yeah,
distribution list?
I just have to someone just has to email me, right? It's either an introduction or people can email me directly, jens@atworkcollaborative.com, and I will add anyone to the distribution list. Who wants to receive it. Yeah, my competitors are on there, my colleagues, some of my clients from the end user side. Yeah, there's a lot of folks on it, and so
Well, we'll
happy to
definitely,
share that.
and we'll put that information up at the end of the
Cool.
YouTube broadcast
Great.
because on the on the podcast platform, you only hear audio. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that your email.
Yeah, are there show notes? We could put it in the show notes too, probably.
You could, we will.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And
that
then
will
when we post it on
it
LinkedIn,
will be. Yeah. So what? But why don't you say it one more time? That way people can hear it.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. Email me at jens@atworkcollaborative.com and I'll add you to the distribution for that. And it comes out every other Monday. So it just went out this 3 days ago. I don't even know what day it is. This past Monday, the 28th. So it'll go out in a couple weeks.
And if someone's interested in At Works Collaborative, do they have a website?
Yes, atworkcollaborative.com. And that will bring you to all of our company's pages, all of our 4 entities under that. So atworkcollaborative.com, or anyone can reach out to me and connect that
So
way.
they can reach out to you directly through that email address you just gave us as well.
Yes,
That's
correct.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And the big announcement is that on August 20th at Showcase Cinema in Chestnut Hill, you will be moderating the
Yes.
NEREJ housing Northeast housing event.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
So
That'll be
anyone
my
that hasn't bought a ticket yet, you can go to the nerej.com website and you can go to events, click on
summits.
that, and you can register.
And you can also register for it through my calendar that goes out every
That's
other week.
right. It will be on
I've
your
been
calendar.
highlighting it in there too as well.
Exactly. let's make that a little larger this time, you
I
know?
can do that.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, let's make it
because
real
we want
big.
people to know that you're going to be there, you know?
Yeah, I will do that. I will highlight that on the
Great.
next one that goes out for
Well, I
sure.
look forward to being with you at that event.
Me
And
too.
I don't think we've ever met, in person.
IRL, as the kids say in real life.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked quite a bit over Zoom
I
and
know.
through
I
email, but
know.
I don't think we've ever met in person.
Well, I hope you're a hugger when I see you because I'm gonna
No,
give you a big
okay.
fat one.
I will be that day.
Okay. Uh,
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, and
I
I
appreciate you
love what you
having me.
do. I really do. I
Thank you.
appreciate
You
what you do as
too.
well.
You as
So,
well, Rick. You bring a lot of people together. You bring a lot of interesting content to get out there for everybody in the industry. Um, so I appreciate what you're doing as well. And I'm excited that we
well, I
have this
appreciate
connection
that.
now.
And as long as we can make it enjoyable and fun, you know,
That's
I'm
it.
I'm not that serious.
Yeah,
I
that's why I
like
like
to,
talking to you.
yeah, I like to have more of a good time, I like more comfortable situations, it's,
Yeah.
the business world, everyone is too stuffy and, I don't like that.
Well, there's a lot of heavy stuff going on right now too.
You're
So
right.
it's like if we're not having, we have to at least be having fun with
Right.
what we're doing on the daily. So
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah,
And we're changing the world one by one, but it will eventually get to everyone. So
I love
again,
it.
thank you, Jen. We talked with Jen
Thank you.
Smith from At Work Collaborative, and uh, what's the website again? At Work Collaborative.
Atworkcollaborative.com.
Okay, and Jen's email is
Jen S, as in Smith, at atworkcollaborative.com.
great. Again, thank you again, Jen. I appreciate you coming on. Great interview. We'll see
Thanks,
you
Rick.
on August 20th. Don't
I'll see you
forget.
soon. Can't wait.
And thank you all for listening. You've been listening to the NEREJ NYREJ podcast. I'm your host, Rick Kaplan. Until next time.